Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is our first Drive Leader training webinar for the 2022 Holiday Wish Drive season. We're very excited to have you, Drive Leaders. You're amazing people, and we can't wait to dive into this season. My name is Evelyn. I do community outreach and membership here at Family Giving Tree. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am so excited that it is hoodie weather. I would love to know what you are all excited for. Please throw it into the chat. I want to know you're here. I want to know you're listening. I want to think of the happy things that you're thinking about. So use that chat feature. Make sure it is going to everyone in the chat so we know. I love the rain. I'm so happy that there's rain people here. Great. That's exciting. Okay. I'm excited to see more. Yes, all foods, really. Holiday food, Thanksgiving. Yes, I'm loving these answers. These are great. Okay, let's dive in. We've got a lot to cover today. Hopefully it won't take the entire hour. Oh man, hot cocoa sounds really good. This is going to turn out to be a distraction. That's okay. Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to cover briefly a drive overview, and then we'll go over some volunteering information for those interested in volunteering in our warehouse. And then we'll touch on our physical drive, things to know for the physical drive, best practices, tips, and then we'll dive into the virtual drive and go over our timeline, and then hopefully have time at the end for you to pose any of your questions in the chat for me to answer. So let's kick it off with a drive overview. So this year, we have a lofty goal to send out 40,000 gifts to the Bay Area community recipients. So these are folks in various counties in Northern California, and we are so excited to work with some really wonderful agencies this season to get these gifts out there. Some specifics about who these people are, because I really think it's important for you to actually know where these gifts are going and why it matters. So 85% of our recipients are kids. So these are folks that are under the age of 18 and 15, or under the age of, I guess, teenage age. So 15% of these folks are actually teens, adults, and seniors. And these are folks within Northern California who are associated with agencies and receiving services because they fall into certain categories. So folks who are working through financial insecurity, kids who are being supported in foster homes. We've also got folks who are unhoused or working through transitional housing. And we also work with agencies who provide support for people with disabilities, both seen and unseen. In general, these people are from under-resourced areas of the communities in Northern California. So agencies reach out to us, we go and reach out to agencies, we get referrals from other people, and make sure that we're able to provide a little bit of kindness and joy during the holiday season. So let's dive into some fun stuff about leading a drive. So the perks of leading a drive, which is what you all have signed up to do, and I am very excited to work with you on this season. Number one, you get to decide how you want to engage in giving back this season. So you can do it with a physical drive and collect gifts, whether they be toys or things for our adults, our seniors, or you can get them through wish cards that we send you, or you can shop from our most needed list, and we can go into that a little bit later. Or you can run a virtual drive for those who don't want to go shopping or can't go shopping, or maybe are not in the area but still want to participate. So you get to decide whatever combo you want to run. If you have a brilliant idea that you want to run by me, you can just shoot me an email and we can work through it. We are very, very open to creative ideas for how to give back, and we want to work with you as partners in this really, really great holiday season that we have ahead of us. Number two perk of leading a drive, you get access to priority warehouse volunteer opportunities. So volunteer registration for Drive Leaders actually opened yesterday, and surprise, I have a special guest with me today. I would love to introduce to our virtual stage Shannon, our volunteer coordinator, to walk you through volunteering in the warehouse. Take it away, Shannon.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see that you all made it. I am also really excited for hot chocolate. Um, I might just have that right after this call. Let me share my screen so I can talk a little bit more about Drive Leader priority registration. As Drive Leaders, you get access to priority registration, as Evelyn just said, and you can sign up right now. Let me get to my next slide. There we go. Okay, so registration is open now, and you get access to 15 total volunteer slots. So if you were to not lead a drive and sign up through the community registration page, then you only get 5. But since you are working with us and leading that drive, you get 15 volunteer slots. I know that the number has been higher in the past. We are trying to make sure that every drive leader gets an opportunity to bring volunteers to the warehouse. Last year alone, we had over 660 drive leaders sign up to lead a drive, and multiplying that by 15, that is way more already than the number of volunteers we need for a full drive. So we just want to make sure that as many drive leaders get spots as possible. Like Evelyn said, the drive dates that you can volunteer for are December 5th through December 29th. And generally, the warehouse is going to be open between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. And that's going to be Monday through Saturday. And then Sundays, we have a shorter schedule, but we're still open for volunteering. I know those weekend volunteer spots are a hot commodity. So go ahead and sign up now. That link to sign up has been sent to you. It should have been sent yesterday morning around 8 a.m. To the email that you signed up to register with, or signed up to lead a drive with. If you haven't gotten it, please reach out to Evelyn or I, and we would be happy to send you that link now. I will say there were a lot of people who signed up, so you might not be able to fit your big group of 15, but you can have 3 groups of 5, 5 groups of 3. You can have 1 person volunteering in 15 different shifts. So don't you worry. You can still have people volunteer. It might just not be the whole group. Yes, be sure to check your spam. Sometimes it just doesn't come as a priority to your email, although we all know that it's a priority to you. Number 3, there is no deadline for signing up. If there are shifts open the day of and you want to come, go ahead and put your name in there and come onto the warehouse. We love to see you. We love to have more volunteers around and helping us. But there is a deadline for entering your volunteer names and contact information. So if you are signing up a group, you're going to have to enter all of the names and contact information of the people who are coming with you. And that needs to happen at least 72 hours before your scheduled shift. That just means that communicates to us that you have volunteers coming with you. I know it can be really hard in the scramble. You get 15 spots and then you have the next month to collect those people and put those names in, which is totally fine. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. If you don't get those 15 people though, then we really would appreciate it if you can cancel those shifts. It will not look poorly upon you. We just really need to know who is coming and who is not coming. We rely on the people who have signed up to show up because we base our productivity in the warehouse off of that. So if lots of volunteers sign up but don't show up, we get behind in what we need to get done, and gifts don't go out on time to their recipients. And that's not what we want at all. So please let us know, cancel your shifts, and I can show you how to do that in just a second. All right. So to volunteer, like I said, you'll get the link in you have gotten the link in your email. It'll go to a page that looks like this. It has some words above it, and then there's a calendar that has lots of different options for you. On this calendar, you'll click on a date and it'll come up with the column that shows how many spots are left for each date. And just please be careful. These 3 spots for the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. shift means that there are 3 volunteers that can sign up. It does not mean that you can sign up and bring 15 people, another person can sign up and bring 15 people, and so on. Just remember, you need to be careful and watch 3. There are 3 available, 3 people. All right, so as you can tell, I took this screenshot maybe half an hour ago, and so there are still lots of spots open for you. Please go ahead and take a look. All right, once you choose the date and time that you want, you'll scroll down and you'll see this long list of questions. It's really just getting your basic information, like your email, your first name, last name, mobile number. It might be hard to read. I just know it because I've memorized it. This part is very important right here. This big first box, putting in your organization, or drive name. This should be up to date. And so if you registered for a drive recently, it'll still be in there. You just have to choose your organization, and we base the 15 spots off of the organization that you belong to. So if you were a member of the church family network, then you would choose that, and so on. There is an option for other. If your group is not in there, just click other and you will have to type it in. Easy as that, and we'll go through and check on it. All right, another thing you need to watch out for. So right now, with filling out all this information, you're just signing up yourself. And then at the end, at the very bottom of the page, it's asking, is anyone volunteering with you? So you will select, you can't see the drop-down menu here, but you'll select me plus 1, me plus 14. And that's the highest it'll go, to be 15 total. Again, like I said in the previous slide, if there's 15, or if there's 3 spots available, that's for 3 volunteers. So even if you said me plus 14 and chose that shift, it'll only register you for 3 spots because that's what's available. So it'll go through, but it will tell you that we were unable to reserve all of the shifts that you requested. So please watch out for that. This waiver at the bottom, every person who comes to the warehouse needs to sign it. And that includes yourself and any of your group members. So in order to put all of the information in, you'll go to your volunteer profile. But let's hold on a second. So we fill this out, we sign up to volunteer, and we get a confirmation email. Ooh, that's very blurry, but you get the gist. It tells you a lot of really good information. Please read through this. I saw in the chat that someone was wondering where our warehouse will be this year. We do not have a warehouse currently, but I will send out an email blast as soon as I know. I can tell you it will be in the South Bay, and I can tell you that we hope to know at least 3 weeks before the drive starts. So that hopefully will give you enough time to figure out logistics and stuff, but it will be in the South Bay. All right. So as you can see, so you can kind of see, it'll say right here, number of spots U+2, that means you registered 3 people. And then later on in the email, it will ask you to input information about yourself and about others. And you do that through your volunteer profile. And there's a link in the email to go there. And this is what it looks like. So if you weren't able to put all of your information in when you signed up, you can click on the Your Profile button and you can edit any of that information. You will also need to click Edit here for each of your individual signups, group members. So all you need to do is write the email and the name, first name and last name, and then hit save. And then another email will go to that person to fill out the rest. Something to keep in mind, please do not share the link for your volunteer profile. Your link gives anyone who has it access to all of the information that people put in here. And we don't want to share that information. We don't want you to share all of that information. It might be something that they want to keep private. So please just enter the email of each person and they will get their own way to enter all of their information. Let's see. On this side, it says remove from the shift. That is removing 1 person. And then at the bottom of this box, you can't see it right now, but there should be a cancel this shift. And that will cancel the whole thing. So this is to remove 1 person. And then down here at the bottom, there will be a button to remove the whole thing. And that is how you cancel a shift. Okay. There is a new Drive Leader volunteer guide. It's got lots of really good information. If you want to scan the QR code right now, while I'm presenting, I'll keep it up. And it'll have a lot of the information that I've said today. It'll also have some volunteering do's or don'ts, like do arrive on time, do wear closed-toed shoes, don't wear flip-flops, stuff like that. And it also has a really cool flowchart of kind of the journey of a gift inside of the warehouse. So what we do and the different volunteer possibilities, opportunities that you can take part in when you sign up to volunteer. All right. Any questions? I actually see that there are some questions in the chat. You can bring children. Any age is completely welcome. There are some rules behind that. If you have anyone under 16, an adult needs to be present and registered with them. So the child and the adult need to be registered. Anyone aged 10 to 15 will need to have 1 adult per 5 children. And then any children aged 0 to 9 need 1 adult per 3 children. So if you're bringing 10, 13-year-olds, then you'll need 2 adults with them, and every one of them needs to be registered. So you'll need to find a place to register those 2 adults. If you accidentally added yourself as an additional volunteer, please don't remove it. You can edit. You can click that edit button and just change the information. If you do remove something and you need to remove a person and you need to add it back, just let me know. Our system is kind of finicky that way, and I will have to add it for you. If no one else is listed on your volunteer profile, that means you have only registered for 1 spot. Please go back to the volunteer registration link and see if there are any more spots in that registration or in that time slot. And if there are not, then unfortunately you can't bring any more people. So try to find another spot that has more volunteers for your volunteer spaces for your group. Yes, so if you noticed earlier on this question, will our entire group have the same job on our shift? You might not be doing the same tasks, but you will be under the same umbrella. So I don't, if you might have noticed on the calendar, there are pickup and drop off, and then there's warehouse. Pickup and drop off is working with the pickup and drop off. That's kind of self-explanatory. So when drive leaders drop off their gifts, then we have volunteers intake or on the intake and scanning, and kind of sorting that out, or helping our staff and helping the agencies with picking up the gifts at the end. The warehouse is kind of a general term, like whatever needs to get done, we will put you on. If you don't want to be with the rest of your group, we can totally fit that in. But if you do, then no worries, you will all be grouped together. If you have any more questions, please email me. My email is right here, volunteers@fgt.org. Or you can email Evelyn and she will push it to me. But thank you for all of your questions so far. I am going to hand it back to Evelyn. You are muted.
Lots of good questions and lots to cover, so we will get there. Okay, so let me go back and share my screen again, because we're now going to jump back to all the good stuff that comes with leading a drive. We're going to first start off with the physical drive. So for those of you who are either going to be getting wish cards from us, or will be having your group shop from our most needed gifts list, this portion is for you. So with our physical drive, we have several ways we're going to be able to collect. Number one, as I mentioned, we have a most needed gifts list, and this is a list of 25 most requested gifts that we tend to need more of. We also have physical wish cards, which I will show you in a bit, but these are our physical wish cards. And we have a limited amount of print at home wish cards. So these are digital cards that are in PDF format, and I can dish those out and assign them to you, email you those wish cards, and you can just send them out to your group and they can go and print them out themselves, or you can print it out for them, whatever you want. But they are just in straight digital format. So if you wanted to get started and you didn't need the actual physical wish cards from us, then you are welcome to email me and request for those. Okay, so let's first touch on the most needed gifts list. So this list, as I mentioned, it's our list of top 25 items that tend to be really popular and asked for. If you take a look at the different items on the list here, they are varied in terms of age groups that they will go out to. So we've got items for little kids, we've got items for teenagers and adults and seniors. So you will, what you'll do if you're shopping from the most needed gifts list is you'll send this list out to folks in your group who you would like to participate in providing donations, or you can print and distribute this list and send them out and go to town. So all of the gifts on this list are going to be between $25 and $50. That means you can probably find a $25 quality version of it or a $50 quality version of it. We provide this range more for you so you can stay within this guideline. So we don't end up with, say, like a $10 gift item, because we do really want to avoid gift envy. There are some groups who will be opening their gifts together, and we really want to make sure that we're providing, good quality gifts for these recipients who are receiving something special for the holidays. One thing to note is to please include a prepackaged toothbrush, and this does it says that on the bottom of this list here. We are collecting toothbrushes and making sure that we provide one for every recipient. Oral hygiene is one of those things that are easily dismissed and forgotten when you are trying to scrape money for, basic necessities. So it's just nice to be able to give a little bit something more to each one of these folks. And so this year, we're actually asking you to tape the toothbrushes with clear tape onto the gift itself. Please don't buy like blister packs of 10 toothbrushes and open them and put them in Ziploc bags. We can't take those. We have to throw them out because it's not sanitary. So prepackaged individual toothbrushes, or if you want to do a pack of 2 or whatnot, that's totally fine. We'll take that. Just keep that in mind to not open them. Please leave all of the gifts unwrapped. We do not want any gifts that are returned to us wrapped. There are agencies who actually require that we do not provide them with wrapped gifts. They need to make sure that the items are what they are. We need to make sure that the items are actually correct. And so if you bring anything that's wrapped to our warehouse to donate, we will unwrap it. So conserve paper and can, save the planet by not wasting your paper, because we will have to open it up. So don't wrap anything. Share your list digitally, as I said, or print it out and post it. So we made this nice and pretty for you so you can, it's public friendly. So don't be shy about sending out the link. The link is available on our Drive Leader Hub, and you can just copy that, or you can include it in your email, whatever you want. As far as physical wish cards go, we have the wish cards in-house, and I am putting all of the packets together. And we've got teams of people. We have one person who will be doing all the mailing. I am putting all the packets together. Shannon is working with volunteers to get wish cards punched out and prepared for you all. So we are scrambling as quickly as we can to get everything out to you. We do start sending out these wish cards next Monday. We start mailing them out. You should receive them by the end of the week if we start mailing them out. If you just registered today, you got to give us a little bit more time. That's not going out on Monday. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people registered, so I'm just kind of setting that expectation there. We are also doing pickups on some selected days next week and times during next week. So those are Monday through Wednesday. If you registered earlier on, you should have received a link to sign up for pickups in your registration confirmation email. I have not included that link for any folks who signed up in the past 2 days, because I won't be able to get things ready in time for you to pick up in the next, 4 or 5 days. So we're going to have to schedule appointments if you want to do a pickup. Otherwise, things will go out in the mail as soon as we can get them out in the mail to you. I will be sharing the slide and the recording. Actually, you'll have the most needed gifts list. It's in their Drive Leader Hub. We'll go over it in a bit, but you'll have access to it. So you'll also get a copy of this recording after this session is over. It'll be sent out tomorrow. As far as physical wish cards go, we are we suggest that you display these wish cards or distribute them in person. A lot of folks like to put up Christmas trees and hang the wish cards on the Christmas trees. Some people will attach the wish cards onto a wall in the shape of a tree or shape of a present, some fun ornaments and whatnot. So get creative with how you want to display this for your folks. All of the gifts, much like the ones from the most needed gifts list, must be between $25 to $50. As much as we love those $100 Lego sets, they are too elaborate for us. We do not want one kid opening up a giant Harry Potter Lego set while another kid opens up, a $25, car or tractor set. I don't know how much those go for, but you know what I mean? Like, we want to avoid gift envy. So think of that. Be considerate of the fellow recipients that will be receiving gifts alongside the gifts that you're going to be giving out. And again, for these wish cards, it also says it on the instructions, but please include the prepackaged toothbrush and also leave these gifts unwrapped as well. So let me go over really quickly the anatomy of a wish card so you know exactly what you're going to be receiving. first of all, this is the pack of gift cards that you will, or wish cards that you'll be receiving. Here, this is the size. It's about 3 1/4, 3.5 or so. It's a pretty decent size to hang on a tree if that's what you want to do. And it's very legible, easy for you to see. But all the instructions that you can see for the donor who picks up the wish card are on that purple portion. So it does talk about gift envy and $25 to $50 range. It does talk about how you attach this to the gift, and then to purchase the toothbrush. And then also it talks about getting your donation receipt. So for people who are donating these in-kind items, if they want to be able to get a donation receipt for a tax write-off, they can submit a form to the page that's listed on this card and request for that. So now the wish card is first off has the name of the individual who will be receiving the gift. It's first name only, and then it covers the age of the person and the gender if one was provided. And then you see here the actual wish that they have put into the system. So this is what they have actually asked for. There's a bottom section here that is for their alternate wish. And this is more so if you cannot find this primary wish here, you can go and shop for this alternate wish. Ideally, you would just be picking up the one item here, and that would be the item that's between $25 and $50. So as much as you can, just try to go for this. And if you can't, then find this one. Generally, we'd say don't provide both because this is really the one that they want. But if you provide both and they go way over in price, we may take the second wish and be able to give it to somebody else. So that's just something to consider. On this wish card, we also have a zone ID here. This may come up depending on whether or not we're in 1 or 2 warehouses. If we operate out of 2 warehouses, we'll do a zone A, zone B, and it'll just tell you which warehouse you're going to need to go to. If we operate out of 1 warehouse, which we have done before, the zone doesn't quite matter so much. But if you just need to reference it, that is the zone that you will be asked about if it comes up. And it's mostly just A and B. The number you can disregard. And then the barcode is a very important thing to make sure you don't rip off or cut up or anything. We do want to make sure that that's accessible. On the back side of this card, you'll see this funny looking little silver stripe. This is an RFID tag. So this RFID tag helps us to track this in the warehouse. So all of the gifts get returned, go through an RFID reader, a scanner, and we keep track of those actual individual wishes. So each one of these cards has a unique specific bar. Please don't fold the wish card or damage this bar as much as you can. Just leave it intact and leave it alone. You don't really have to do anything with it. So that's the gist of the anatomy of this wish card. The physical wish card does say in here to please include a toothbrush. The toothbrush, again, is for helping those who are receiving gifts from us to have a little bit of extra support for oral hygiene care. We have learned that oral hygiene is something that is incredibly important for your overall health of your body. And that is something that is easily forgotten and kind of neglected when it comes time to be able to allocate your money to things where it matters. Toothbrushes are kind of one of those last things that you think about. And so there you go. Let's see, what other questions did I miss here? If you signed up to pick up the wish cards, it does not have to be you who picks them up. You can always delegate someone. I'll go over teamwork in a bit, but yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what tags and materials you will be getting if you are getting tags and materials. Number 1, the wish card packs. So these come standard in a pack of 25. So if you requested for something that is more or less than 25, we'll break those up. I usually try to encourage people to request for cards in multiples of 25 to make my life a little bit easier, because we do have to individually put in all of the wish cards into our system. There's no quick and easy way to really do that. As part of this pack, you can kind of see things that are kind of sticking out there. We provide a few envelopes. If people want to donate gift cards, they can do that in this handy dandy envelope here that has the little icon of the gift cards on it. If you want to donate specific gift cards, They are from that are from Safeway, Lucky, Target, or Walmart in denominations of $25. Please do not purchase those really huge $100 gift cards. Keep it to $25. You can put that into these envelopes, have people put their name or their company name on it so we can keep track of who is donating that. And then we have this envelope. Some of you may get one that looks a little bit different, but this has the little stack of coins on it. This is for any monetary donations that people want to provide. So if somebody wants to cut a check, they can just stick it into this envelope. Again, make sure that they put the company name or your organization, your group name on it so we can keep track of where that donation came from. It is perfectly okay for you to have an in-person and a virtual drive. You can run any combination of drive you would like. We fully encourage you to run it in the best way that works for your group. Okay, the next thing on the list is drive leader instructions. So this is very, very handy. If you requested for physical materials to be sent to you, you will get a copy of this. Otherwise, it is in the Drive Leader Hub as a PDF for you to be able to look through, but it gives you that overview of what it means to lead a drive, and it's loaded with information. It also includes this tracker if you love paper and want to write down and track the wishes that you are giving out. You don't have to. We don't keep this. We don't need this. This is just for you to help organize yourself. And then these are the little sort of tips and things to know about things like toothbrushes, the specifics about the gift cards, stuff you should know, and then the FAQs are on the back side. So much information for you. So please, please, please be sure to check that out. The link is available in the Drive Leader Hub. So please go there and look for that and read through this. Otherwise, if you're getting this in the mail, you can flip through it and, you know, if you like sort of that tactile feel of a packet. Next on the list, we have the poster. So the poster is an 18 by 24 poster. I'm gonna scoot back here so you can see it. So this is what it looks like. Perfect for a door, if that's what you want to put it on, but she's adorable. We're using her everywhere. She's just so cute. But this is great to display and let people know that you are actually participating in a wish drive. So on this poster, you actually have various options that you can use to promote. So there are slots here to say when gifts are due back by. This is important to know because you want to be able to tell people when you need the gifts by to get them to us on time. So the very last day for appointments to do gift returns is December 8th. So maybe don't write December 8th on here unless you're really going to try to scramble and get everything back by your appointment day. Generally, I'll tell people maybe like 1 or 2 days before your appointment would be a good date to put on here. If there is a specific drop-off location you want to call out here, like, you know, building C lobby or whatnot, you can put that there. And then your drive contact would be you or whoever it is that you want to send people to if they have questions or they need help as a donor. So somebody's got to be a resource for them if they don't know what to do. So please consider putting your information there. And then if you've got a virtual giving tree, or if you have if you're part of a corporation that has your own, workplace giving that you have a URL for, you can pop that in here. You don't have to, but it's just an option. It's a beautiful poster, and I hope you, all of you who are getting them, enjoy them. Let's see here. There are a few questions here. Let me just touch on this. If you do not fulfill all of the wish cards, that is totally okay. Any leftover wish cards you can just toss. We can't use them because of the RFID codes. But we will fulfill any wishes that are not fulfilled by you when we get to the warehouse. That is part of the volunteer work, is to ensure that we've got all of the gifts accounted for before the agency is ready to come pick up their gifts. So just something to note. And if you selected paperless, it is not too late to change it, so you can get gift cards and posters. Just send me an email because I'm not going to remember here. So shoot me an email and let me know that you would like stuff, and we will make sure to include that. We are also going to be including toothbrush labels. This is only in the event if you say have extra toothbrushes you want to donate, and you want to maybe set up a box or a bag or something for people to drop into, or if you just want to say like, hey, we also want to collect extra toothbrushes. You're welcome to do that. We're just giving these out so you have them as an option. You don't have to use it. You don't have to use any of this stuff, but It is here for your convenience. This is important. This is the drop-off form. This is available to download online and print. And if you are dropping off gifts, please make sure you get this or you download and print your own version of it. We need you to fill it out and make sure that you are tabulating the total amount of gifts that you will be bringing in, because that is how we track. We need your help to help track how many gifts you bring in. And you'll also be sending me a count. This is to make sure we are accountable for the fact that you actually dropped off in the warehouse, and can kind of like double check that when you get there. If you do a wrapping party and a virtual event, can you have physical posters? If you are signed up as a drive leader, absolutely. You can, when you sign up to run a drive, if you're doing a virtual drive, you can totally request for posters. There is a slot for that, and you can use them for your wrapping party, I guess, depending on when it is. If it's like in the next week, that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, totally. I will be going over the virtual drive in a bit. Don't get ahead of me, folks. Okay, one last thing here. We've got the monetary collection envelopes here. So this, if you again requested for physical materials, this is for you as a drive leader to collect all of those little envelopes that I shared earlier with you. These folks, these little things, or if other people like wrote their own checks and just handed them to you, this is where you'll collect them and pop them in here. And we want you to make sure you put your organization name on this envelope. So whatever name you registered with, your organization name. So if you're, say, with Kaiser, I always bring Kaiser up as an example because we usually have multiple offices sign up from Kaiser. I need to know which Kaiser it is. So whatever the name was that you signed up with as your drive, please make sure you write that on the envelope so we can keep track and make sure we're attributing the donation correctly. Let's see here. So where do we pick up the collection boxes for the physical drive? So collection boxes will be at our office here in Milpitas. So if you made an appointment, there should be instructions for where to go. If you email me for an appointment to pick up your collection boxes, I will be sending you directions on how to get here and confirming appointments with you. Okay, let's see what is next. Oh, hooks. Hooks. Okay, these little baggies you'll see if you are getting wish cards, and these are pre-sorted bags of 25 ornament hooks in each bag. And so if you wanted to hang your wish card, we already have the ornament hooks ready for you. Ta-da! Yay! Okay, so if you don't use these, like you don't need them, feel free to bring them back to us. And we will hand them out for future drives because volunteers painstakingly put these bags together. And I just put a bunch together today, and I know it is not a fun process to do. So if you don't use them, we would love to get them back from you. But if you do, then great. Please take advantage of them. We would love for you to use all the materials. Let's see here. I don't have a collection box in front of me or quick within reach, so I can send you a picture. If you send me an email, I can send you a picture, but they are they fold up flat, so they actually fit in the back of a car. Like I can probably fit about 5 or 6 in the back of my Prius if I lay it down flat, so not too hard to transport. Let's see here. Can someone send a check to FGT directly? Yes, we do have in the instructions here, there is an address for monetary donations if anyone wants to send a check, a PO box where they can send that. So please refer to that and make sure that the company name is on that envelope and you should be all set. Let's see what else I missed here. Okay. Do not recall requesting collection envelopes. If you signed up for physical materials, you will get a collection envelope. If you opted to download your stuff online, then you'll provide your own envelope. All right, best practices. Again, display these tags, display the most needed list, paper the town with these things so people can see and know that you are running a drive. Your collection boxes, make sure they're in an accessible area. Make sure that, you know, if you have a lobby, that's probably the easiest place. These are beautiful branded collection boxes. So it's got FGT flair on it, and, you know, it's colorful. So you'll be able to, not have something sort of tacky out there. It's, you know, it's a nice box. So if you wanted to hang the wish cards on the ledge of the box, or the box edges, you're welcome to do that. Some people do that, and it's nice and easy. Then you don't have to put out a tree. But if you wanted to decorate, go to town, go decorate, whatever it is that works for you. We cannot ship collection boxes. You're going to have to pick them up. If you don't want one of our collection boxes, or you can't come to collect them, you can bring your own collection box to use. Whatever works for you. These are totally optional. They do cost us about $25 a box to print, so they're quite expensive. So if you are able to use your own, that definitely helps save us, saves us some money. But yeah, it's not required. If you have your own collection mechanism, go to town. Next, storing your donations. So if you're in a public area and you've got your box out there with all the gifts, at the end of the night, when you close up shop, especially if you've got windows that are facing the public, make sure you store those things away so people don't see them as they're walking by, because break-ins happen. It's a reality. It's sad, but it does happen, and we want to make sure that your people and your places are safe, and that your gifts are protected. So make sure at the end of the night to pull them behind a counter or in a closet or whatever. Just know that people will look for that stuff in windows, and be mindful about that. Encourage people to go shopping early. Stores tend to run out of stock on stuff as you get closer to the holidays. So as soon as you launch your drive, tell people, get out there, go shopping. One thing that I used to do when I used to be a drive leader before I was here at Family Giving Tree was my friends and I would organize a group shopping day. So we would pick out our wish cards, and then we would all head out to the store. So our favorite was Target. I don't know if there are any other Target lovers out there. You know, you go in for one item, you come out with 10. But we would go on our lunch hour at work and take our wish cards with us, and then go pick out our items, and then come back, and then the job is done. We put our wish cards on the gift, and then we used to have a tree in our lobby, and so we would actually stick it under our tree, and then we called it done. So it was just a fun outing. You know, it might be a good opportunity for you to get your team together to go out and do something cool. So something to consider. It's a good idea, right? If other folks have other ideas on how they want to kind of shop and collect as a team, please feel free to share it out in the chat. We would love to have you share those amazing ideas with each other. Schedule meetups. So let's say you're not in an office, but you still want to run a physical drive, and you want to figure out, oh, how do I coordinate getting these gifts to make sure that I can collect them all. We had folks who were meeting up in the parking lots of like Starbucks to just transfer gifts from trunk to trunk. So if that works for you, that's definitely something you should entertain. Like if a lobby is not an option for you and your trunk is, then consider doing that. If you're comfortable sharing your front porch, you want to schedule some time for people to be able to drop off their gifts on your front porch, and you collect those when they get dropped off. Totally up to you, but that is definitely an idea, and there are definitely people who've done it. Tag Family Giving Tree on social media when you go shopping or collecting and organizing, and when you're dropping off your gifts. We want to see the fun that you're having. We want to see that you're actually having a good time with the drive, and having a good time working to bridge these communities together with kindness and joy, right? So share that and celebrate it. If you're on social media, we love to see it. If you tag us, we will share it back. We do pay attention, and it makes us so excited. So we want to see the fun that you're having. We want to see the amazing gifts that you pick out. All the cool Barbie dolls that are out there these days, they're just incredible. So yeah, share the joy with us. Things for you to prepare for when you do a physical drop off. Sign up for an appointment. I will be sending out emails to let you know that appointments are coming, and they will be sign up Genius links, and it will be for all of the remote locations. Our remote locations are San Francisco, Palo Alto, and Castro Valley. Those are single day, and then the warehouse will be 3 days from December 6th through December 8th. So the specifics are in your confirmation email. So go back to that if you have not seen it, or if you have questions about when it is already in your email, but I will be sending a separate email with those appointment links. Count your gifts. I need to know how many gifts you're bringing in. So before you actually come to your drop off, have a total count ready to go to share with us. You'll email it to me and then you'll write it on your drop off form. Send in your totals before your appointment. That helps me to be able to gauge how much traffic is coming in for our remote drop-off teams, so they know whether or not they should be expecting a load of 100 gifts or a load of 5 gifts. However few or many gifts you are bringing, we love it all, but it just helps us to be able to better prepare our teams. Note your zones in case, as I mentioned on those wish cards, zone A or B, just in case you need to go to a certain warehouse. Write it on your drop-off form. We can help make sure that you do that if you don't. But yeah, just note your zones, remember that. And finally, oh, not finally, I have one more, but teamwork makes the dream work. You do not have to do drop-offs alone. It is a lot. You'd be surprised at how many gifts actually would fit in your car or don't fit in your car. So if you've got friends or coworkers with SUVs and you want to do a drop-off train, by all means, do a drop-off train. But don't feel like you have to do any of this alone, whether it be helping to communicate things out, putting posters up, putting wish cards up. Grab a team of people to help you out. This should not have to be a solo effort. We are working together as a community to give back to the community. So use your own community to help you out with this drive. And finally, communicate with each other and with us. So sending out reminders to your groups about going shopping, things like shopping on Black Friday, I think is a really good tip to send out there before Black Friday happens, and communicate with us. So if you have set an appointment and you can't make it, let me know. So we're not just kind of feeling all stood up. You need to make an adjustment to your appointment. I can do that for you. So just let me know. Okay. The virtual drive. I know you all have been waiting for this. Those of you who have been eagerly anticipating the launch of our virtual drive. This is a screenshot of what the new front page will look like, the top half of it. And this is essentially online only giving. So it's not location bound. You can donate wherever you are. This is actually global friendly. So if you have teams in overseas that want to take part in your drive to provide for the Bay Area folks, they're welcome to donate. Our transactions work globally. This is also a great feature running a virtual giving tree because it's available for an extended window of time. So our VGT was originally supposed to launch today. We've had to push that out because we are still working out a few kinks and we want to make sure it actually works well for you all when it does launch. So it's anticipated to launch sometime tomorrow. And it will be up and live through January 13th, 2023. You don't have to run your drive that entire time. You can manage whatever window within that time span through your marketing message to your group. But just so you know, you have until January 13th to get donations in. If you haven't received your email by Friday end of day, check your spam or promotions. A lot of our emails go there. Just always check there periodically. It's a good habit to do anyway, because sometimes other important emails will go there. But you should be getting something before the end of the day tomorrow. If we have another delay, I will send you an email and let you know. Watch the VGT tutorial video. It is less than 5 minutes long, and it walks you through everything as far as how to set up. It gives you a quick tour of the virtual giving tree. It is good stuff. So the link is here. You will also get an email, in your setup email, you will get a link to the same video. It will also get it, actually it is already uploaded, I think, into our Drive Leader Hub, so you can also access it there. So you can grab it multiple ways, just FYI, but make sure you watch that video. Another best practice is to customize your virtual giving tree. So you have the opportunity to upload a logo. If you don't have a logo because you're a group of friends, you can upload a picture of your friends. If you don't have people you want to share as part of your picture, you can upload a picture of your dog, whatever. If you don't do anything, that's totally fine. Our logo shows up by default. You essentially can just launch it as is. You don't have to do anything to customize it, but it's a best practice to make it more personal for your group in order for people to better connect with why it is that you are providing the opportunity for people to give back here. You'll also have the opportunity to customize a message. There's a little message that shows up on the front page of the virtual giving tree, and you can actually scrap that and write your own message, or you can just stick to our default message. This is going to be the URL for the virtual giving trees. So it'll be wishdrive.org / and then whatever your drive name is. So no punctuations or spaces. And if you had capitals, it'll be, capital, whatever. If it was all lowercase, it'll be all lowercase, but this is essentially what your URL will be. It will be in your setup email. You don't have to try to figure this out now. I'm just letting you know in case you were curious, we've got a new URL for you. Another best practice is make sure you set a goal for yourself. We have options for you to set goals. So you can set a monetary goal to say, let's say you want to hit $10,000, which would be amazing. Or you want to set a gift goal. Let's say you want to give 50 gifts out, then you are totally welcome to do that. You don't have to set a goal. It just is a little bit more of a motivation for your donors to be able to see that you have something you want to work towards. And then you can adjust your goals as needed. So once you set a goal, it's not locked in. You can always go back. So if you feel like 10,000 was a little too lofty, then you can bring it back down, right? Bring it back down to 5,000 or 2,000 or whatever it is that works for your group. We've got drive leaders of all different group sizes here. So 10,000 is very reasonable for some and maybe not so reasonable for others. So that is on you. And then communicate. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. You need to share that link out. If you have a social or public friendly drive and you want to share it out on social, share that link out on social media and encourage other people to donate. If you're part of a corporation and you want to let people know you're running a drive, LinkedIn is a great place to start. So go there, but communicate it out to your folks. Again, I've mentioned this a few times, but the Drive Leader Hub, you do have a link to this in your confirmation email. And this is the link, and this is what that page looks like, but it has all of the things that we physically provide to you, except for the wish cards on here. Oh, and hooks. There's no way to do that for you. Sorry. All the paper stuff is on here for you to be able to download, in addition to cool things like graphics, images, our logo, if you need our logo, and, just really, really cool stuff. So, and our most needed gifts list is here. You could see it in that corner right there. It's that bottom left item that's peeking out partially right there. So go there for everything you need to be able to download. And also make sure you share your experiences with us on MemoryFox. We use MemoryFox to be able to collect stories and pictures and videos, and we would love to get your stories. So visit familygivingtree.memoryfox.io/drive-leaders. This is also in the Drive Leader instruction packet. And I provided little images of what it looks like on your phone versus your desktop. And that's the QR code in case you're interested in checking it out on your phone right now. So you're welcome to scan that. But yeah, we would really love to know how your drive is going, and we want to hear from your donors. Storytelling is such a powerful thing, and we'd love to be able to share your message out with our communities. So consider that. The timeline for our physical drive, our materials start going out the week of November 7th, like I said. So starting next Monday, we start sending things out and having pickups. Additional materials are going to take about a week to get out because I do have to process them. Drop-offs are going to be during December 6th through 8th by appointment only, and I will be sending out links for those in the coming weeks as we get closer to the due date. For the virtual giving trees go live, ideally, fingers crossed, by end of day tomorrow at the very latest. And then the last day to donate is January 13th, 2023. Our overall timeline we're going to have drive leader surveys because I greatly value your opinion, things that I want to hear, things that have gone well, things that have not gone so well. Those are going to start opening up December 12th, and I will send a link out for those. Our agency pickups start December 12th. So if you ask, oh, why are gifts due so early in December? It's because the agencies start picking up early because they have to prepare on their end to be able to provide these gifts out. And many of them do want to be able to give out the gifts to their recipients before Christmas, even though not all of them celebrate Christmas. It is an important deadline and does take time for us to get through all of these things. It's kind of a logistical beast. So as much as you're able to, please bring in all those gifts on time. You will have stragglers probably, and that's okay. We are totally open to accepting late gifts. We will accept gifts whenever you can get them to us, but we absolutely need as much as possible in the warehouse no later than December 8th. The warehouse itself closes after December 29th. So if you've got gifts that are coming in after that, we're going to have to figure something else out. But you'll be working with me, so just shoot me an email. We will have a Drive Leader celebration event during the afternoon of January 19th. It will be a virtual event. We will be bringing in special guests to speak to you about their organizations. Most likely, it'll be some agencies that we work with. So you get to learn about the community that you help touch this season. And then our Drive Leader results will go out at the end of January. Remember, virtual giving trees don't end until the 13th. It takes us time to process stuff. So I'll get results out to you, hopefully by the end of January, for you to kind of validate, make sure things look good. And then we have Drive Leader Awards that will get announced in February. What are Drive Leader Awards, you say? Everyone who registers to lead a drive is eligible to receive an award, and it is for returning drive leaders based on year-over-year growth of how you did over your last holiday drive. And for our new drive leaders, it's based on how much you're able to bring in. We have nothing to gauge off of. I'm big on measurement, but this is the easiest measurement we can give you. So we will be giving out different awards in different categories too. So small companies, medium, large businesses, youth groups. We have different categories, and we want to be able to recognize all the hard work that you do. So that's what the Drive Leader Awards are for. It's mostly for bragging rights, and you have every right to brag, because you will have worked hard for the holiday season, and it feels good to be able to say, hey, I did a good job and I got recognized for it. So that is it. I know you have lots of questions, and I know we are probably 3 minutes over. Sorry. If you have any questions you want to email, you can email me at driveleaders@fgt.org. If you have virtual Giving Tree platform questions once they launch, that goes to amelia@fgt.org. And finally, if you have volunteer questions, you can email Shannon at volunteers@fgt.org. I can't answer volunteer questions for you. So if you email me, I'm just going to forward you off to her, so you can save yourself a step and just reach out to her. But yeah, let's see. Let's go back. I am going to go and look at some questions, because you've got lots and lots of questions. For those of you who have to take off, I really appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. And this is being recorded, so you can catch up on anything you forgot, because we did cover a lot today. Are there guidelines for creating goals based on the number of potential donors? I have no concept of how to set a goal. Haha. Okay. It really depends on how active your group is in doing philanthropy stuff, right? So there's not really like a secret formula ratio. If you're like a tiny little family, I would say probably start with, $500 and see how you go. If you're a small office, start with maybe $1,000 and see how you do, and just kind of roll it up from there. If you hit that goal within like the first 3 days, amazing, extend it. There's nothing that says you cannot have a stretch goal and just extend that goal out. So you just kind of have to experiment until you get a better idea of what participation kind of looks like for your group. The wish cards, the physical wish cards, have zero relation to the virtual wishes that are on the virtual giving tree. So if you requested for 50 wish cards and you also signed up for a VGT, they are in no way related to each other. They are completely separate gifts. For the virtual giving tree, you don't have to deal with anything physical at all. We take care of all of those purchasing and distribution logistics on our end. And the VGT is a donation-only site. You fund a gift online, or you can provide a straight monetary donation. You can just put in, I want to donate $100, and call it done if you don't feel like shopping. Joey, thank you for sharing our address for our office. We are working remote, so we're not in here every day, so don't just show up, because you might just be standing at the door. Let's see. Yes, recording will be sent out. Joey, you're so helpful. Thank you so much. If we're doing a virtual drive, can we still collect toothbrushes to turn in? Absolutely. You can always collect whatever it is that you want to bring into us. So if you want to do, you want to also collect stuffed animals, you can do that. But toothbrushes, absolutely. Feel free to collect those and bring those in. We will take them. I want to read this message because it makes me smile, like in my heart too. Just want to send you and your team a huge thank you. Such an incredible organization to partner with in reaching our communities. Oh, thank you so much, Bobby. We really appreciate it. Yes, we're taking toothbrushes. Thank you, thank you. First time volunteering as a Drive Leader supply sample. We have marketing emails. It's on the Drive Leader Hub. Go grab those sample emails from the marketing hub. I try to make this as easy as possible for you, so you should have everything you need there. If there's anything missing, send me an email. I can try to help you out. Great. I think that's it. I covered all the questions. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to those who stuck around the extra 6 minutes. If you have any additional questions for me, then you are welcome to send me an email and I will be happy to respond to you. driveleaders@fgt.org. Be on the lookout for your stuff and get excited for the holiday season. Thank you so much for joining us, Drive Leaders. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.